Once again, welcome back to Sports Talk 101. And today's video will continue with more PvP predictions. Video. Today we'll look at NFL today. We'll look at the NFC North. We'll look at the Lions. Then we'll look at the Packers. We'll look at the Vikings. And look at the Bears today. Alright, take a look at the Lions with Dan Campbell and company over up in Detroit. I like Dan Campbell. He's a really good coach. Really good job. I know they lose Alex Zoni. They lose David Montgomery. They lose some guys defensively, a couple guys offensively. You do get Laporta back, coming off an injury. Goff is also coming back as quarterback. You got some guys coming off injuries. Kirby Joseph, Brian Bass coming off injuries. 800 with the best defenders on the team. We'll see how he goes there. Defenders, I think Lions have had a lot of success defensively. One of the best defenses in the country and one of the best offenses. I think injuries just keep the team, from going down. To be precise. So, we'll see how it goes. But I do believe that the future is bright for the Detroit Lions, and for Johnny Morton and that Dan Campbell and company. They do take things over week 1 in home against the New Orleans Saints. This is the most manageable schedule I've ever seen in my life. Now the over-under right now for the Lions, and if you look at the BetGM, DraftKings, ESPN, whatever, is 10.5, and I'm going to take the over because I believe the Lions can do well. They're supposed to see 1-1. You're going to start the season. I see only 2 losses on the schedule. Really, is you're going to lose the Bills. You could beat the Bills, but on the road. This would be a really good game. You'll go on the road, Thursday Night Football in Buffalo. You played them a week earlier, so nothing the snow and all that, which is a big benefit when play Buffalo. But that's where you go. But then you just play really good teams. You play the first 2 games. First game, that's a really tough matchup for Lions. And the first, right between 3 really easy wins. I mean, I think it was good. I think it was good. If they get two tough games, Vikings and Packers. I say tough because they're conference games, they're division games. Both at home, which I do believe you got the win there. You're right there with 1 loss. Say the 1 loss. You're going to be the Dolphins. You get a New Thursday night game in the road in Munich. You're technically the home team in this game. Oh, whoops. And I think it's went out. There's 2 losses, that's 50-2. So let's pick up by week. Week is week 6. A little early by week, but I'm not complaining. By week is week 6, and I think that's a little early by week before football game. But we're calling it the Packers game too early. I would have the game right before the game against Munich, or right after the Munich game. I think that should be ideal. Week 9 or week 10, week 11 should have been ideal by week, just because it's an international game, and that's all I'm saying. Lions go 52, like it's got that is Lions preview or what's prediction video. We'll make our way to the end of the NFC. To the NFC. North will make our head over to the Chicago Bears, team across the Great Lakes, down in the Windy City. Possibly last time in Chicago. If they plan to relocate, we'll see where they go. These other things off against the Bears, they have, if I look at it correctly, their over is 9.5. I'm taking the over. I think Ben Johnson is going to get this team ready to go. I think this team's going to go good. You're going to see with the win against Panthers, but you would take your first loss against your back-to-back losses. Then you go back ways. You go 2-2 in your first 4 games, is I think ideal. Then you go on the first win against the Packers. I think that'd be a good win there. You will beat the Falcons, and this is where all hell breaks loose for the Bears. And I think you're under over for a reason, because I do believe you hit bye week comes a really good time because you will beat the really good matchups. So really, that's one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why I'm taking the under, 9.5, 8 wins, so that's 8 and 11. If you, 8 wins, 9. Eight and 9 for the Chicago Bears. Next up is we're heading up to Green Bay. We're heading to second the Packers. I think the Packers next year, they're a good team. You know, look, FC is going to be one of the most competitive um, divisions in football. I just you got the Vikings, you got the Lions, you got the Bears. All 14 really good jobs, really good teams, and all competing for what I think will be a great season. Um, just put out there. Look at the NFC. You got Lions, you got the Bears, the Vikings. But the Packers is a little different. Let me tell you why. The Packers are a team that, like I said, that they're capable of winning the NFC North. They're capable of winning, you know, a Super Bowl. One, two, three, and I think that's really a good thing because if the team's competitive enough to compete against the Lions and the Bears, this what Lions need. Lions and the Vikings and the Bears, they need a challenge, and this I think the Packers is the team that's going to do it. Obviously, um, but the thing is, after the loss to the Vikings, and then they win against Packers, the Jets, they go win against the Falcons back-to-back game. They win third straight back win against the Buccaneers. You win against the Bears at home, and you beat the Cowboys at home. Beat the Packers on the road. The Lions lose the Lions on the road. Beat the Panthers home. Lose the Patriots. Lose the Vikings back-to-back games. So they bye week. Week 11, which I like that. Week 11 is really good. Week 9, 10, 11. Even week 12, there's a golden spot for week bye week. Earlier bye week I don't like. And later bye week is okay. And then week 13 against the Saints. Week 14 against the Bills. And then week 15 against the Dolphins. And the Packers, the Bears again, Texans, and then Texans again. We will head to the last final team of the NFC. We've done the Lions, we've done the Packers, we've done the Bears. That leaves the one and only Jason McCarthy, and the Minnesota Vikings. Which I do believe with Jason McCarthy being quarterback next year, I think it's going to take things around for the program. I think the future is bright for the Minnesota Vikings. We'll see how much that is paid off. We'll see where the future is built, where we see essentially a future the Vikings really need. I mean, this is a team that's competitive. This is a team that is competitive in division itself. The NFC North. I mean, I said this often. There's always divisional games. Division, NFC West, right? Seahawks, Rams, 49ers are the best teams out there. NFC, everybody is really good at NFC. All both teams, Lions dominated, Packers dominated, and Vikings and Bears have been divided. But NFC North, specifically, like I said before, has been and always will be the epsilon of NFL, along the NFC West. I think these are two really good branded divisions, and within the NFC conference, one is of course east side, was the north side was the west side. I truly believe that this conference, NFC North, is the best in the best in the NFL. Don't ask me. I can tell you that for a fact because I know that for a fact. All right, Packers take on the Vikings. Win there. They go 3-0. I think your first was 3 games. That's the way it's not. They win 4 game. Week 5. If we go 5-0 in the first 5 weeks, that's like good stuff for the Vikings. Heading to bye week. Only bye week, I don't like that, but you know how I feel. I really don't hate. I absolutely hate if it's week 7 to week 8 or even week 9 bye weeks on the list too early, in my opinion. Week 10 to week 13 is the ideal bye week. If I'm making a week 10, week 12, per se, or 13, that's a good bye week. That's like almost midway point where you play 5 games, and then get to week 6, you're not halfway, maybe a third way. You're not really. Bye week should be close to at least close to the midway point of the season. I truly believe that. And then the over under right now is 8.5 for the Minnesota Vikings. Keep that in mind. But like I said, I absolutely hate early bye weeks. A week 6 bye week is the worst bye week anybody's schedule. I don't know why you schedule a bye week then, but this is me. I do not like it. So. Cody gets Wolves with a big win there. You lose the Lions, you lose the Bills back with wins, losses there. You go back, bounce back with a win against the Vikings. Go on the road in New Mexico City to take on the Vikings. They win that one. You beat the Falcons. You beat the Panthers. You lose to the Patriots. You lose the Lions again. Beat the Commanders. Beat the Jets and lose to the Bears. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 12. 12 and 6? 25. 25. For the Minnesota Vikings. And there you have it. That's your entire NFC North preview predictions, schedule preview from the Lions to the Bears to the Packers and to the Vikings. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button. I'm supposed to watch the next video. Peace.